Creating a rubric for grading an assignment. Navigate to your class, turn editing on, locate where you would like the assignment to be, click Add Activity or Resource. Choose Assignment, and then click Add. Provide an assignment name, provide any directions that you might want to give. If you have a template that you want students to use, drop it here or add it by clicking here to upload the file. Configure as usual. In this case, I'm going to specify a file submission. I'm going to leave these as default. I'm going to leave everything else as default except for coming to grade. I am going to leave it as a point, which is a numeric grade with a maximum grade of 100 as default. But I'm going to change the grading method to rubric. Everything else can stay the same. I'm going to save and display. This brings us into the assignment, and it's going to notify us that the advanced grading form isn't ready. We have to create one or use an existing one. So if you know that you have an existing one, and there are a few existing ones within JetNet, you can use that. Or here, you can click to create a new rubric. We now arrive in the rubric definition or configuration area. Provide a name for the rubric. In this case, I'm going to use this rubric to guide my grading of a literature review. The rubric definition or specification area allows me to create criterion and then allows me to specify the levels of those criterion and provide the number of points for each level. After you specify the area, then you specify the levels. If I needed to, I could add an additional level. I find in this case 3 will be adequate. And here I can click to add a criterion. After configuring the rubric the way you want it, you can go through and you can specify the options that you want, and I won't go through each of those. They're fairly self-explanatory. When you're done, click Save the rubric and make it ready. It might be helpful to see how students see your rubric, so we go into the course as a student, click on the rubric example assignment. Here you see the student sees the assignment, sees the rubric, and now can of course modify or work towards achieving all points in the rubric before adding their submission. This is a file submission, so I'm going to drag and drop the file and save changes. Now the student sees their status, their submission status is submitted for grading. It is not yet graded. They again see the rubric, and here they can edit or remove their submissions. Now we return to the teacher view. In order to grade the assignment, I can access it here. I can see that one student has submitted. It has not yet been graded. The due date here, time remaining. I can now grade the assignment. And now what I'll have is I have the rubric available to me here. Now because I'm recording this, my screen view is rather small. And then you'll see the PDF of the student's assignment. So now you see that the PDF has been generated. I now have the student's literature review available to me here. I can read through the literature review. Of course, I'll read through all items, and then I can come to my grading rubric. Now for this view, I'm going to stretch out my screen so we can see more of the rubric. Alright, so now I can see that my rubric is available to me now. All I have to do is click the appropriate area and I can provide any meaningful information that I want to for students to guide their resubmission or to help explain the task as I've graded it. So in this case, has 10 or more citations. No, this student only has 8, so they get 1 point. Uses appropriate formatting. I've checked the formatting. Yes. Points for that. Quality of review. Looking at the review, I see each of the 8 citations in this case have a thorough summary as well as a review. Excellent format. I like that. So I'm going to say excellent reviews with properly cited quotes. And now the grade in the gradebook will be reflecting that. I can provide any additional comments that I want here. And then I click on Save Changes. Another thing that you might want to use is you can select users within here and you can go forward and backwards. So this has been a quick view on how to create a rubric in an assignment.